Hey, my name is Alex. I'm a content creator in Las Vegas, and you're watching Behind the Dream. I first started creating content in middle school, I think. So I made my first YouTube channel 11 or 12 years ago, and I've been completely on and off. I've made so many channels. I think I've had like 30 different YouTube channels, just experimenting with a whole bunch of different content, from like funny skits to gaming to lifestyle. I had a pen spinning channel, if you know what that is. So I've had so many things. I've never really stuck to one channel to grow with me. For some reason, I thought that the best way to do things was to make another channel every time I wanted to pivot my content. After I graduated high school, I decided to use all of my graduation money to buy a Canon 70D, and I had no idea how to use it. So I was on YouTube trying to figure out how to use it, and at the exact same time, I decided why not create a YouTube channel to teach people exactly what I just learned. So I would learn something new with my camera, and I would go and make a video talking about that and teaching people about my camera. At the same time, I was actually daily vlogging. So I had the daily vlogs, and then I was doing camera stuff. And that's how my current channel, Love the Basics, really started, was just teaching people how to use my camera as soon as I learned how to do that, and it kind of snowballed from there. I moved to Las Vegas 3 or 4 years ago, and I had my YouTube channels on the side. I always thought that everything would happen organically. It would just happen. My dream was always to become a YouTuber, and I always thought that it would just happen. If I just keep posting consistently, all of the views would come, the subscribers would come, and I was doing this for 2 years. I had a day job working at Starbucks. I would get off and I would make videos. Eventually I got to the point where my entire family was pressuring me into getting clients. So I was working at Starbucks. I was doing everything under the sun as far as client videos go, and I was making YouTube videos. I very quickly learned that I do not like working with people. I don't like client videos. I just had this overwhelming feeling that I'm wasting my time. Why would I take my time to make your videos perfect when I can take that exact same time and make my videos perfect and improve and actually work towards my goals? After 2 years of this, I decided that I don't want to do this anymore. There's no better time than now to actually work towards my goals. I quit doing all of my client work, and I went full force on becoming a content creator full time. For the longest time, I didn't really believe in TikTok. I thought TikTok was just like this dance app, but I did see a lot of traction in it. So I came up with this challenge. I was gonna quit my job and become a full-time YouTuber in 150 days, no matter what. I didn't think of TikTok as a way to cross-promote my YouTube channel, actually. I first started uploading to TikTok just for accountability. I wanted to make sure that I was actually doing this every single day. And I was working towards that goal every single day. As it turns out, people ended up liking that. And I started to gain a following on TikTok. So at the same time that I'm doing TikTok, I'm doing YouTube. And I was very transparent with all of my numbers. I think developing a story, having people join me on this journey is what really got people to rally behind my cause. And it got the views, it got people coming back every day, it got people going to my YouTube channel. But one thing that TikTok did that I didn't really expect was validation. I've been trying to do YouTube and internet content creation for so long, and everybody has been telling me that I'm good at what I do, but I didn't think that myself. So when my videos are actually able to get hundreds of thousands of millions of views, I actually, for the first time, I started to actually believe that I was good at what I did. It was very validating, and it gave me so much confidence. My family's always been supportive, I feel like, of me chasing my dreams. When I first moved here, they let me not have a job and just make YouTube videos for a couple of months and hope that something went viral and everything just kind of fell into place. My dad doesn't really care what I do as long as I'm able to pay my bills. My mom is a little bit more traditional, so she was definitely a bit skeptical, but it seems like things were starting to work out. I picked 150 days just because it sounded good. I think it's 5.5-ish months, which is a really big turnaround to try to change your entire lifestyle. to like build up a YouTube presence. When I started this journey, I had probably close to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, maybe a little bit less. And at the end of it, I jumped that up to 20,000 subscribers. That difference doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it was enough for me to go full time. My parents are supportive enough that I don't have to pay like rent. I have very few bills, so I think I calculated that my monthly spending was somewhere around $1,500, which is not a lot, but it's definitely like tangible. Like you can touch it, it's almost there. It's possible to make that money off of YouTube. I'm a pretty big YouTube nerd, so I did a lot of research into like the different ways to monetize, how to optimize everything without actually having the views or the following to justify that and to like really see results from it. So when I was finally able to do that, when TikTok was starting to gain traction, I was starting to get views, I was able to implement a lot of these strategies in there. So I knew right off of the bat that YouTube itself isn't going to pay for all of these bills. I would need 2 million views a month to pay all my bills. With less than 20,000 subscribers, that wasn't happening, so I had to diversify my revenue. So the very first thing that I did is, since I'm in a camera niche, I picked a digital product to go with that niche. So I made LUTs. So I made a whole bunch of LUTs, and I decided, well, if these people are interested in the camera aspect of my videos, then they'll buy them. I think it was literally just the one sale. I thought maybe I haven't like proven myself in this field. That's why people aren't buying them. Like you got giants like Peter McKinnon, and he's proven in that field. He has 5 million subscribers. Like people look up to him. I have sub 20,000 subscribers. Like nobody is going to take me as seriously, so nobody's going to invest that money. I really just didn't have the social proof for someone to buy the LUTs. So the biggest way that I decided to monetize early on was with Amazon affiliate links. This is a natural fit. Since my channel was so focused on like gear, I'm talking about the gear, the link is in the description, people are buying the gear. At my peak, I think I made $800 that month, which is almost my goal of $1,500. Like that's pretty close relatively. So that's when I thought like I can really start making this happen. I was pretty consistently making like $150 to $200 on my YouTube videos. And at the exact same time, I still had my day job, which was paying all of my bills. So I had expendable income. So I took the Mr. Beast approach. I have this following. So if I take all of the money that I don't need quite yet and I dump it back into my YouTube and TikTok, maybe I'll get some explosive growth. So I was able to do some pretty cool stuff. I came up with this idea to have a subscriber showdown. I buy 2 pieces of equipment, I bring down some subscribers, they face off using that equipment. The winner of that face off gets to keep the equipment, the other one is a giveaway for the audience. I figured a giveaway would probably get really good engagement with the video and make it perform a whole lot better. I gave away actual cameras. I was able to do this with DJI Osmo 3s. So I brought 2 subscribers, they filmed with those, and I got some viral TikToks from that. I got a whole bunch of traction. Things were looking pretty good. And the final way that I decided to monetize was through merchandise. My entire brand on TikTok was built around doing the thing today. So I came up with this really like quick saying of before tomorrow, which basically just means like do it today. So I started to get all of my shirts in order. I started to promote that. And that was gonna be my final launch on TikTok on the day that I quit my job. I never talked about my TikTok at work, but all of my coworkers knew about it. And some of them actually told my boss. So literally everybody knew when I was going to quit. Granted, I haven't met my monetary goal quite yet, and I didn't have any sort of plan B. The only way that this is going to work is if I put my entire force into this. This is my only goal. This is the only thing I'm doing. I got rid of all of my client work. This is like my full focus right now. If you have a plan B, your plan A is gonna fail. I also had maybe a month to 2 months of savings. So worst case scenario, I quit my job. My YouTube isn't quite there. It might almost be there. And I have to fall back on a little bit of those savings until I can get it back up there. And that was it. I didn't really know what to do. So them constantly like reminding me like, I have 20 days left. I have 5 days left. It gave me so much anxiety because I don't have everything figured out 100% quite yet. But they were very supportive. And I ended up making a TikTok on my final day, and it went pretty viral. Luckily, maybe a week before, my YouTube finally started to pick up. I posted the correct video and that got me a whole bunch of views. And I posted it again and then another similar video, and they all performed really well. So when the day finally came, I wasn't as nervous because TikTok was working and YouTube was working finally. I've been posting on TikTok every single day for 5.5 months. So after my journey, I slowed that down quite a bit, and even to the point of not posting at all. And since YouTube was working and that was my primary focus from the very beginning, I just decided to keep going with that. My videos were finally picking up traction. Everything was starting to fall into place. And now I just have to work on working at my own schedule and making sure that I'm not being lazy or depressed or not putting my entire focus back into this. I have the rest of the day to focus on producing different kinds of content, more in-depth stuff, or I can spend that time with my family because I already have all of my work done before 12 o'clock. Now it's really cool because I work so much less. I probably work 3 to 4 hours a day versus 8+ hours at Starbucks, and I end up making more. So not only did this journey let me do my dream job, it made me prosper in doing that. The only way that I was able to find any sort of success is by experimenting with my content. Today, I never would have guessed that I make the content today that I make. It wasn't even in my mind. That's part of the reason why I blew up on TikTok, is because I posted a whole bunch of different kinds of content. It's the reason why I blew up on YouTube, is because I posted a whole bunch of different kind of content until one finally stuck. So today, I primarily do music video reactions, and that has been really good. That has opened up so many revenues. The views are good, which lead to sponsorships. I've been able to transition my audience over to Patreon, and all of that together has been able to pay my bills and more. And I'm still experimenting. I want to do more than music video reactions. Like, that's not even my end goal. I've done recreations from these music videos, breakdown, and tutorials based off of the effects in these music videos, and that's going to transition into something else. So you have to evolve. You have to experiment. You have to just find out what the audience wants from you, and when you find that out, give them more of that. I feel like a lot of creators neglect that. Sometimes you don't choose your niche, your audience chooses your niche for you. So what I've learned pretty much is that if you want to be a content creator, if you want to do anything, you just have to start doing that thing today. You have to keep yourself accountable to doing that thing today. It doesn't matter so much about the quality, like the physical quality, if the content quality is good. Whatever it is that your dreams are, you have to do that today before tomorrow. And that honestly is really true. I've posted so many videos using my iPhone as well as my expensive camera, and they perform the exact same. No one really cares about the physical quality as much as the content quality itself. Having a schedule, making sure that you are working on your craft every single day so that you actually see improvement is really important. You might not be at your end goal today, but if you chisel at that rock long enough, eventually you'll have a sculpture.